I'm sitting in my 2015 C7 Corvette. Last week on Wednesday, today is Tuesday, I changed the battery in it because it was 11 years old and I had just had issues with the battery in my 2015 Jeep not starting for me, so I figured I better change them both since this one's actually 11 years old and that one was 10 years 8 months old. So I changed the battery. I went on the road to take a trip, and first rest stop I went to, when I restarted the car, notice how it cranked pretty good. It didn't do it this time. Oh, yes it did. See if you can see that. It reads low battery. Now, if you noticed, it actually cranked pretty good. As a matter of fact, better than before I changed the battery. But I keep getting this low battery warning almost every time I start the cars. So I'm going to try to investigate why that's happening. Well, I'm going to run through some tests anyways, but I think I have found the problem already. There's a ground strap here. It should be connected right there. I don't know exactly what it goes to, but I do know that whenever I was putting the battery in, the negative cable got trapped underneath the battery because it was hard to get in, and I had to pull it up, and pretty sure that's what happened as a result. So I'll need to get a new clip and put that on. But first thing I'm going to do is check to see whether the battery is in fact low, which I don't believe it is, because when it cranks, it seems to crank strong. I hope I'm not in the way here. So I've clamped the voltmeter onto the negative post, and I'm going to at 12.51 volts, so the battery is in fact good. I don't know, I'm going to go and touch some of these other contacts, see if I get less from them based on that. It's 1415. 12.73 there. 12.77 there. 12.71 there. Like I said, I think I've already found the problem, and it being that ground wire. So I'm gonna go get a wrench and take this nut off of here, and get myself a connector and attach it to this wire and put it on. Oh, that negative cable's not on all that tight either. It's spinning. I'm going to need to get something to hold that negative cable. Probably a pry bar behind it so it can't spin. Okay, I'm going to try to get this wrench in here in a place where it won't contact the positive. Helps to have it going the right way. Okay. Oh, damn it. Broke the screw. Used too much force. And I have to get that off. So I went in and ordered a genuine GM replacement cable from Amazon, 2-day delivery. Extra $10 charge for 2-day delivery, but I want it. And you know what? I knew better than to try and do that with a power tool. So it was my own stupid mistake. So as I always say on all my videos, I show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, ugly is determined by the fact that I broke something. That's what makes it ugly. I was looking at the picture of this thing. I could never figure out how to release these new cables, the connectors. They put them in so many different ways. Ah, there it is. Okay. Pressing down on that tab and pull on it. Need to know that for when I get the new one. So I'm going to go find sure I have one. A connector for the wire that was broken that started this whole mess. And I'll put that on. I'm not gonna video that. I'll just video the results. But like I said, this one is ugly because I broke something. So, and I guess the battery replacement was ugly because I broke something as well. Okay, I've used the 18 gauge wire stripper to strip that. I have a heat shrink terminal. And I have to get these wires really tight because the terminal is for 18 to 22, so it's at the upper limit of that. Those wires have to be pretty much perfect to go through. Okay, I'm getting interference from this. There's a fabric type coating around the wire. And I pull that back a little bit. Okay, you can see the tip of the wire coming out up here, so that means it's all the way in. I'll just take my crimper, crimp it. When I'm done with that, I'll heat shrink it. And that part of it will be good to go. That's good and tight without even crimping it. I mean, heat shrinking it, so once I heat shrink it, it will be good. Okay, so I put that back together, put the battery terminal on, and I clamped it tight with a pair of vice grips until I get that new cable. But it should be okay now. I'm gonna give it a test and see what happens. Here we go, testing it. That's strange. The first time I tried this, when I put the new battery in, it did the same thing where it wouldn't start, but after that it started every time. Okay, had to do some opening and closing of the driver and passenger window to activate something. I did not get a low battery indicator, so I think we're good on that. But that broken wire was probably the cause. It probably didn't have a good ground on the sensor. So I pulled the car out and shut it off, started it again, and I still haven't gotten a low battery indicator, so I think that is fixed. I just need to get the new battery cable that I broke and put it on, and we'll be good to go again. So the car's been setting for I guess an hour, hour and a half. We'll see if it gets a low battery indicator. Nope. That is telling me my phone has connected. And then back to the normal setting. So I believe that wire was the problem. And I switched my gauge over here. You have control over those. I put it on battery, and it's reading 14.5 volts. Of course, that's aided by the alternator, so I'm gonna shut her down. Okay. See, that doesn't read the volts without the alternator, so that's just your alternator output. There's the package that should contain my my battery negative cable for my C7 Corvette, but it's late in the day, so I won't be doing anything with that till tomorrow.